Hey, it's DE Astrology. Um and today we're gonna talk about the sun in Taurus. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. Its ruling planet is Venus. Venus represents uh, charm, grace, art, beauty, relationships. Uh, and Taurus is an earth sign. So if you think about that, it's a earth sign and it's fixed. So Tauruses have like kind of like a grace to them, if you want to say that, or like a because it represents the bull, but it's the bull also has a little girl on top of it. So it's um it's more like a power. Like it's a power, but it's also a grace to it. Like if you ever had like you think about like linemen, right? You think about like in football, you think about linemen. Uh, a lineman has to be be big, but also be quick on their feet and be on their tippy toes. And that's why like back in the day they used to talk about like linemen doing a lot of like ballet and stuff like that. It was just to have those reflexes to move like that, to be able to carry that much weight, but still be able to do it gracefully. That's why they they could be hard. They could be lazy. But they could also be hard workers. But they're working to get physical things like everybody else is. But it's more of like a they're working to have harmonious surroundings. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they need like the most expensive things or the the latest and the greatest things, but it's more so on the lines of like they need peace in their environments. Taurus is looking for peacefulness. It's more of like the manifester. They could become possessive and indulge, but it's about the five senses. So they like nice fabrics, you know what I'm saying? Good tasting food. Uh, Basically, you know what I'm saying? Basically, they want harmony. So then if you want to take that for the the other side, because the opposite side of Taurus is Scorpio. So I've been thinking lately, like maybe Taurus is like peaceful surroundings and peace and stuff like that. Because when they do get angry, because they don't really like to express their anger a lot, because uh, it's not really, let's say, graceful, or it's not it stirs a problem. So it's not that they don't know how to do it, it's that they would rather not do it because it might start a problem and they want their peace. But um the they like peaceful surroundings because the opposite is chaos. So they when you dealing with uh your opposite energies, you know how to pull from that energy. You might not necessarily feel comfortable doing that, or you might not necessarily like to do it, but you know how to do it. You would rather not do that because it's not your home energy. You get what I'm saying? Like you know how to pull. Like Tauruses know how to pull from that Scorpio polarity, but they would rather not do it because it's not peaceful. It's not harmonious. It's not in balance because Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Is co-ruled by Pluto. So the Mars is aggression and chaos and forward and organized chaos and stuff like that. Where Taurus might not want to might not pull from that end because it's a lot of work, and they too busy working on building harmonious relationships and harmonious foundations and things that everybody can do, not just things that I can do or by myself. That's why Tauruses can come off as they can be the providers. Um, they can be possessive and indulgent as well, but it's not like indulgent. It's a good and bad and everything. So like the indulgence can be you indulge too much at work, but then you have great surroundings. You know what I'm saying? You have an abundance of resources, so you don't have to worry. Or the indulgent can be you indulge too much in food and drink, and your health starts to get better, or you indulge too much in a person. And they can do this a lot too, especially in like relationships. They can indulge in the pleasure that they get in a relationship, that they don't see all the negative aspects of being in said relationship. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't know what to. Yeah, see, I don't want to. Yeah, they did the exact thing that I'm talking about right now. Like, they told me that how good every like the sex was in the relationship, or how good this was in the relationship, or how good this was in the relationship, but like it was a big negative going on in the relationship, and I was like, that don't really outweigh the long term negative effects it's having on you that you got to rebuild. But they fixed. Tauruses are lovable. They love to have a good time, and they five senses engaged in the positive sense. The same thing with Libra. Um, that when they do get frustrated though, they can hold their frustrations in, and then when they blow up, that's where you get the bull in the china shop effect, because they blowing up about stuff that happened a long time ago. So, or stuff that they've been harboring and could have somehow fixed, or like said something. The neighbor planet, or not the neighbor planet, but the neighbor energy to Taurus is Libra, because Taurus and Libra both share Venus. So it's like I said in the Aries video, your neighbor, you on the same street as your neighbor, whatever happens on that street, for the negative or the positive, it affects both you and your neighbor. But your you and your neighbor are going to react to it two different ways, and be proactive about the situation for two different ways. So the neighbor, you might be able to learn something from your neighbor to fix your house, and your neighbor might be able to learn something from you to put on their house. So your neighbor is, everything is a learning experience, but your neighbor is your learning. You'll learn because y'all might not be going through the exact same situations, but the situations are similar because it's happening on your street. So it'll be happening on your planet. It'll happen on, it'll be, whatever's happening to the planet is happening to both those energies. So whatever effect is having is happening to both those energies, but it's being affected in two different ways. Libra is cardinal, and Libra is an air sign. And on the body, the human body, Taurus rules the throat. So Taurus, like Taurus can learn from Libra to